Hi, I'm Steve Weyl, professional Sandler sales trainer and coach. In 2 minutes, I'm going to teach you a technique that most salespeople haven't figured out in a lifetime of selling. Here it goes. So the buyer says, your price is higher than the other guy for the same thing. How do you respond? Well, most salespeople respond in one of three ways. Number one, they're going to question the buyer and ask, are you sure it's the same thing? Well, that's a mistake because we know what the buyer's going to say, yes, and then where does the salesperson go from there? Or they're going to start defending their price with a bunch of features and benefits, which kind of sounds like selling at that point. Or they're going to go to, where do I need to be, taking the buyer's bait, setting the hook into your profit margin and your price integrity forever. Let me ask you a question. Are your salespeople equipped to deal not only with that savvy buyer, but the amateur buyers as well? So let's do a rewind on this with a technique we call let's pretend. That's going to allow your salespeople to predict the future by bringing it into the present. Sounds like this. So the buyer says, your price is higher than the other company for the same thing. You say, I appreciate you sharing that with me. Let's pretend for a moment that our price is the same. Who would you choose? Well, you're going to hear two responses. Number one, then we would choose you. Number two, some non-committal stall like, well, I'm not sure. And at that point, your salespeople better be prepared to bring that to a yes or no, nothing in between on the spot. But we'll say that for another training date. But there's a really good chance you're going to hear, well, we would choose you. And there's only one response to that. Why? Why would you choose us? And you're going to hear such things as reputation, experience, worked well with you in the past. Do you see what's going on there? Who's selling who? Now, the buyer's selling you on you, and aren't those attributes worth paying a little bit more for? People don't argue with their own data, so let's stop selling and let's start helping these buyers understand why they want to do business with you. And closing starts getting easy. So in 2 minutes, you learned a technique that could be the difference between winning or losing the sale. Can you imagine what spending 2 hours with me might mean to your salespeople? If you want to talk about increasing your closing ratio, shortening your sales cycle, or better ways of prospecting for new business, shoot me an email or call me now. I'm Steve Weyl, professional Sandler sales trainer and coach.